Hello, everybody. This is the second language we're doing today. I just finished up another unit here for Tuscarora. So I'm doing Lenape now, which is the main indigenous language that I'm studying. So what I decided to start doing is I'm going to do the same thing I'm doing with any new language I have. And I'm going to start actually, rather than trying to make a course out of it, I'm just going to study Lenape. Right? I'm just going to study something, and then I'm just going to add it to my learning playlist. So I've already made a whole bunch of Lenape courses, or rather, I've already made a bunch of units that learners might learn a lot from. But I feel like it was my first indigenous language, so I didn't really have the very first one I've studied this much. Besides Nawat, and I didn't really know what to do, so I just tried to make a course like I did for Poppy Minto a long time ago. But now that I'm kind of more or less at a intermediate level, lower intermediate, high beginner level, because I know a lot of stuff, but I don't know a lot of stuff, but I can make sentences. I decided to start just grabbing things from the religious stuff and converting it over into Unami, which is the main Lenape variety. So this is a text that came from the Mission Delaware stuff. It was written in Mission Delaware, but I've converted most of it. I have a spelling converter in here that can convert missionary spelling into Unami. So essentially, all of the verbal aspects that exist and all the words are pretty much the same for the most part. Obviously, there's a lot of different words, But for the most part, a lot of what you read in here, it's basically the same rules as Unami. When you really get into it. I've also replaced all of the religious figures in this story I've tried to do it with Lenape names, and I've also changed the biblical names to Lenape place names to try to make this I'm trying to bring back the old names and the old places of Lenapehoking to make the real text. That's what I'm gonna try to put in here. I don't know how to say section yet. But we're going to go through this text. So this is the full text in Lenape with no English or English breakdown. So we're just going to go through here, through each section. And then we're going to read for the top of the text after we go through this. Okay, so here, Nanaunchi Necha Kunak Hake Lep Wikintobi we punda wakan up Tali Uteink and Taluensi Kaminayunk Tulpahokeni Haki Ok Nagamoeng Kohesa Igahpup. So, Nane. That or so. When she's from. So, Necha Kunak. So, Naha means. Naha is supposed to mean 3. Quati. Yeah. Necha. In Naha. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, because Naha is 3. And the Kunak, I'm not sure what part of that means 9 because Lokoe This evening, I thought. And Tapukoi. Tapukoi is the evening. So, like I said, this is not Unami. This is Mission. So I don't know. I have not found the root for this. Hake. But what I can say is the ake. The ake is when it is. I could definitely say that because that's an Unami. Lenape was so we couldn't tell we marriage like as a marriage is like an adjective. We punde wakan up. There was a marriage feast. We punde. Weepum is to eat with, to feast with, to eat with somebody. That's what weepunde is, or weepun. Weekinte. Tali in or there, Utening in town, and Inda is where. Luensik it is called. Menayunk is a town. As is Lenapehoking. And the E at the end of here, so Lenapehoking is the place. Lenapehoking is from Lenapehoking. And then Hookie is the land. Gamawang. This is I believe that this is the is like now. It's just marking it as like a secondary object, the obviative that exists in this language, essentially an object. And Kahesa, his mother Ika Ahpoop. Ahpu means to be there. So like someone's there. And Ahpoop is just she was there. So if we read this text again, Nane Unchi when it had been 3 nights. Lenape, it was so. It was that way. It was like that. Yeah, it was like that. It's like. It's like the. That's a better translation. Lenapehoking marriage. As an adjective. Marriage, wedding plans. There was a wedding feast. So whenever you put this op at the end, or chi at the end, or something, that's basically turning the whole thing into a verbal phrase. So it's like there was a feast because we punde wakan is a feast. It's not wedding feast. It's only wedding feast if you put we at the front. In town, that's already in there. It was called Luensik. Menayunk of Lenapehoking. There was a wedding in Menayunk of Lenapehoking. So this makes it seem like Menayunk was a district or a part of Lenapehoking. Gamawang's wife, mother, not wife. Why am I don't know where I got that from. Gamawang's wife. I got this from an academic grammar or an academic work on Lenape names. Was there. Another Uchi. This is from Same as Winchi. So nane uchi necha kunak hake lep. We can tell we punda wakan op tali do utaning and the uluen sigmena yung tulpa hakeni haki og nagamaweng kohesa ika ahpup. Ika ahpup. Og happy gamaweng og kekeki machil wunchim kusapanik enta we punting. Ognek kishitakuik we pundawakan eli nunde helahtit uisakim nagamaweng kohesa watelikul matatepi walato wiwak uisakim. So I've been trying to figure out what the difference between hoppy and Weechi is. Weechi does go at the front of things, but this is this is together with. Hoppy is together with. It's not just with. If you look up with in the Talking Lenape dictionary, then if you look up hoppy, it literally will just tell you that it means with. See?
Happy.
Going Hawkes also. So Kakekimachio, his disciples. And this is probably something I'm never going to use in my life. Disciples, unless I'm talking to somebody about Christianity. I don't even know what that would say. Wunchim, they were called people who where people are feasting. Okay, I just have to verify this because I would have expected this to be something like. Oh, this is the other Wunchim. This is hold on. Yeah, Wunchim. Yeah, Wunchim Aleno. Call the man. Yeah. Okay. I was trying to figure out what which one this was. This is like they were called to. They were invited. Really. You got to really be stretching out this language because there's not going to be words for everything. People are feasting. Or let's just say we're feasting. Where feasting is going on. The end that makes it at, which we already have saved in our word bank. Those who prepare it. Cooks. Prepare. The people who prepare it, like cooking is a different verb. Those who prepare it, because kishita is to make something ready. Wepunda wakan is a feast. I honestly thought I already had that saved in here. They are in need of nandahelatit. Generally, the word for need is kata, like you want or desire it, so you need it. But since Mission Delaware has it's older, and it also had like a larger pool of speakers to pull from. I believe that there were just way more speakers, so there were way more words. Because as native speakers passed away, words that they knew would get lost. Like, it's inevitable. As the language loses speakers, it's going to lose vocabulary. It's like Maltese. Like, Maltese isn't losing anybody, but the people that knew the really old Maltese, like, all those words go as another person passes on. All right. Chakul, she says to him. This is also something I thought they had in here already. They do not have. Now, in this one, actually, let me read this one again. Let's just say we do it. Okay. So, Okabi Gamoeng, Okekikimachio, Wunchin Kusopanik, Enta Wipuntink. Okanek Kishitakwik, Wipundawakan. Okanek, Kishitakwik. Wipundawakan Eli, Nunda Helatid, Wisaki, Nanangamo Wenko Hesa Watelako, Matatepi, Walato Wiwak, Wisaki. Something like. And together with Hagamoeng and his, I guess, people that support him in this case, they were invited to the feast, and the people that made the food, right, the people who prepared the feast, when they needed wine, then Gamoeng's wife told them, but there's not enough wine, or we don't have enough wine, something like this, basically. And then Nana Gamoeng Apache latte kohesa Hkwe Kekuyukwe Hachi Koteli Panawalamal Nesko kohesa Shay Watalawa Kenach Kitakwik Takeku Lukwekwe Nanalisig. Whatever he tells you to do. Whatever he tells you to do. Even though Nakoi is like anything, they have words for whatever. Anything he tells you to do, just do it. Basically. Apache coming back. Someone read this is like up, and then like the future tense. I'm not 100% sure about that. When he says to her, I'm gonna skip these for now. you. And then this is supposed to be Nescol, not Nesqual. So I'm not going to leave that as well. She says to them. Those who take care of them. I'm trying to figure out why there's a way it's Kwe and not Luekwe. I feel like it should be Luekwe. That might be a misspelling. Do so. That's imperative. Okay. What was I looking for here? When he says to her. I don't know if my example's going to come up. Okay. So, Panawela Nesqual. Lukwekwe, Nana Lesik. Lukwekwe. Coming back. Okay. When he says to her, yeah. I'm not ascertaining anything from it. That's not the best search anyway, so okay. So when Gamawang returned, he told his mom, what do I have to do with it? What a woman, what now do I? So this is their way of saying, what do I have to do with you? What do I have to do with it? Or something. Basically like, what now question that I think about you. Interesting. Then his wife told them immediately, so whatever he tells you to do it. Verse 6. Alknatale lematatepanil. So lemmat is to be set because lemata means to lay, and the hate means to be. Like if you say like it is there, hate means it is, like there is or there are. Okay, and then the Ponyo is were, like it turns into worse, you know. So it sat there. Yeah, sat there. You know, there were something like this, and then 6. There were 6 of them. There were 6 pots of water of stone. Okay, cool. Techa and all, there were 6 of them. I don't know what this is. A big stone pot. So there were 6 big stone pots. Water. Okay. after the manner of purifying. I might have messed up some of this text when I was formatting into this thing. After the manner of purifying of the containing 2 or 3 firkins apiece. Every Memo Yaktok. Each one. Oh, each. Oh, Mama Yo. Mama Yo. Mama Yo. Yo Coke. Okay. So, and in there, they were set. Kutash. Pretty sure Kutash is 6. Hold on. Yeah. Of stone. Stony. Great. Stone. And this is supposed to be, hold on, water pots. I need to correct this to Haka Qual. I don't know why this didn't convert. Let's see. They are so many bottles water where it is continually. Kashich Ichti Tit. They wash one another. Or each other. Kashich is supposed to be to wash, and the Ichti is each other, and then that's when they, because Enda comes from, is Enda in front of that? Yeah, Enda Kashitit. Chuak. Elilanichtit. As they regulate, as they do. Each one of them. And the other thing about this dictionary, okay, I had to update my program because it was getting annoying. Every time I click on something, it would just go to the top of the page, and I had to go back and find where I left off. So we're done with this section here. So I wanted to go into the Talking Lenape dictionary real quick, and I wanted to see if they have something for, because this is what, every one of them? Each one of them. Mama Yao. That's how it's said in there. We could put Mama Ya and see. And it doesn't. It seems like it's not even in Unami, but I'm like, I don't know. That's it. Amayaki-dun. That's all we could find. We could find like most of them, each of. Because there's Ellie, which is both of them. Each, and then you have each, which it'll tell you entry. Bleach it. See, every time each entren. The peach cobbler. That would have been cool. There was actually a name for that. Want to fight. Now a nail teeth. Nail teeth. Mata hakeok. So yeah, as you can see, there's this word does not exist. Each of them, it doesn't exist. So you'd have to say like entry neck, or something like that, or eshi neck. Each one of them, because Ellie neck means both of them. Memoyakok. Nisha is 2. What is going on? Is there a bug in my program? Okay, I was like, what in the world's going on right now? Okay, Shita. Shita is supposed to be ore. I just don't have the specific spelling in there. Firkins a piece. I don't know what is